guys, welcome back to Model Image. If this is your first time, hi, my name is RUSHAE. I'm a lover of fashion, the business of fashion. I'm also a little obsessed with vintage. If this is your first time, I make a lot of styling content here. So if you do love styling videos, please consider subscribing. I'd love for you to join the family. So today's video is a fun little one. I'll start off by showing you, let me put on my shoes. I'll show you my OOTD. Today isn't a styling video, but I decided to denim on denim with these vintage Lee long line pencil denim skirt. It's vintage. I just love the color and I thought it would go really well with this little Free People. Is it Free People top? I think it's Free People. I'll look it up. But the problem is it started getting dark and it looked like it's about to rain. So I may have to change, but I'm enjoying what I'm wearing so far. But I wanted to do this video for you because I have so much fun doing this type of video. So a lot of the times I'll see a lot of trending items, a lot of like designer pieces that I love. But if it's 10 things on my list, I'm not gonna shell out all that money to buy the 10 things on my list, but I still want to participate. I want to enjoy it. I'm not even sure if it's my style or how I'd style it. So I love going, on the vintage route or the thrifted routes. And there are 8 things right now that are like so fun, so trending that I think, you could probably thrift that. With no surprise, it's summer. The first thing on my list are basket bags. Going through the thrift store, I see so many basket bags. So there's absolutely no reason to spend a lot of money on a basket bag unless it's something that you really thought about and you decide I'm gonna take that plunge. Or you may have your designer basket bag that you have wanted forever and is cherishing, but you just still want to play around with different basket looks like myself. And one of the fun things that I love is a good vintage basket bag. Also, the disclaimer is some of the things that I have are thrifted in store, or some are items that I found online, because sometimes when I'm looking for a specific gem, sometimes it's best to do that little someone has already gone out and found these things for you and now they're selling them on sites like Poshmark or Mercari or eBay or whichever one you prefer to shop on. But there's just that awesome collection where you can go through, put them in your little likes folder, and then go back and make your selection. So there are a few that I have that some are thrifted and some I did find online. So, but it's still fun. It's still gonna work out a lot cheaper than your designer counterpart that you are duping. So I still think whether you find it in store or online, depending on what you're looking for, you will definitely be able to find a good dupe for those designer pieces. Now, I have a few of my smaller ones here. I have this like everyday straw tote. Because this has no other color on it, this goes with almost anything. So I love just throwing this on over my shoulder. It does have like a little button here if I want to somewhat secure it, then it can create some kind of security in here. But I just love how soft this is and pliable, and I can fill it up as much as I want to. And this is just a perfect little one for, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, this is just one of those that I was just happy to thrift, and I got it last year and I still use it. So it's just one of those that is a consistent go-to. But these two fun vintage ones I did find on Poshmark, and one of them is this cute little pink and straw one, which is so sweet. Just throwing it on with like a full denim on denim look, giving it that pop of color is so perfect. And if I wanted to play around with my shoe, throwing a pink shoe or something, then this would help, create that little accent. So this is one of those vintage ones. It's very, if you want to go Parisian chic with a little more contrast, I love this for that. And one of my most favorite vintage ones is this. I don't know, it's giving me, Caribbean island vibes, as they call it. you know, there's so many islands. But this is definitely something, you know, ages ago I'd see like them selling in the craft market in Jamaica. But this one is just a little brown, a little straw one, and it just has like these green and blue, and whenever I want to play up on any greens, like a t-shirt or a button-down shirt or anything with, I want to play up on a little green or a little darker tone, I definitely grab this. And this again is just such a perfect little bag as well. Perfect for anytime I feel like going the Parisian route and look at doing a full Parisian look. This is typically one of them that I go for, and it holds quite a bit. I don't tend to put it over my shoulder because I just love having it like this, but it does have the length if I want to put it over my shoulder. If I'm doing something else, like I have my dog or something, I may throw it over my shoulder. But typically it's just so fun to like carry it like this, and you know, I can see and play around with the little details on the front. But yeah, I think straw bags, and especially vintage bags, are such a fun thing to find in the thrift store. Of course, one of the leading designers for the straw bags is Loewe, and having an affinity to straw bags and knowing that I actually carry them throughout the entire summer, you know, there was one that I had my eye on for quite a while, and I decided it was time and I got it. So if you did see my unboxing, I went ahead and I got the Loewe straw bag, which also, you know, I can pop on and go with so many different outfits. So this is another one that I'm like, when I want to, you know, make the outfit a little more special, or depending on where I'm going, then I'll pull out the Loewe. But the Loewe, starting from their original design, took the market by storm with their straw bags. And you know, almost everyone now, Chloe has a I know Chloe has a version, I know Celine has a version, but you know, I think it was the last year or the year before, it was all about these Loewe straw bags. And just the shape and the size, I think they had like small, medium, large, and a size just called basket, which baffled everyone. But this year, Loewe has expanded like their line, and you can still find a dupe of whether thrifting or online. And I think for all of the styles that they have, including this one, you can definitely find versions on in the thrift store. For instance, with this bag, you're basically looking for something more structured, like a square-like, small square-like tote. And you may or may not want brown leather handles, but you can find some brown leather handles. Forgive the photos that I'm showing. I'm pulling these photos from Poshmark just as a reference. So I'm at the mercy of the people who took these photos, just as a disclaimer. So you can find similar shape and usability just from your dupes, right? The most popular of their bags when they just started out was that nice little, it's smaller at the base, wider at the top. I found this one, which gives me a very similar Loewe vibe. I do love a good brown leather strap with basket. There's something about that combo, I think, which is why it got so popular. That combo that just goes with anything, and it just really looks really cute. It works perfectly for the summer. It's a little smaller for when I don't want to take too much, but this also is, you know, a very good Loewe dupe. I couldn't go ahead and buy the whole line. This one, I decided there's so many to that kind of market shape that I decided to grab this smaller one with the little leather trim, and you know, just for my different moods. And I haven't stopped here. I will not confess how many basket bags I have, but you know, just to give you some inspo, just to give you some inspo, okay? Loewe also is now doing that same basket style, but with like thinner straps and in multicolor, which you also can definitely find at the thrift. You're just looking out for multicolors straw bag, and I'm sure, especially if you're doing online, you can definitely search and find. But depending on the size and the shape you want, you can probably thrift that. But while we're on the topic of Loewe, this isn't a straw bag. It's more like a canvas bag. This is the newest summer bag that they have that has also gone viral, and it is the Cubie. Now the Cubie comes in, I think, 3 or 4 sizes. There's a mini, there's a small, there's one a little bigger, or maybe that's the largest size, but I didn't intend to have one of each of these bags. But while I was researching for this video and these ideas were coming to me, I saw the Cubie in the black and white, and I'm like, you know what, I could probably thrift that. So I went on a hunt to find the Cubie style, and the first thing I'm thinking is, what were the vintage designers of the past? So first thing comes to mind is like Fossil, that would make that kind of raffia type, crochet type thing to make that Cubie. So Saks also has a bag that could also kind of do that. I think I saw, was it New York and Company that had that kind of shape as well. But because that came around, because that style was around in about 90s, then I can just literally think of all the brands that would carry that were around in the 90s that would probably create a similar shape. And one of those brands is one of my favorites, and it is Coach. So when I saw that black and white Cubie, I'm like, I am going to find that Coach, that perfect Coach bag that mocks the Cubie, and I came across this Coach bag. Now when you see it like this, it's almost like the same shape of the Cubie. It has that nice flat base. It has this strap here, and it kind of like sinks in the middle. This can actually come up a little more like this if you open it. If you stuff it all the way out, then it would give it that shape, but it nicely drops. And when I put it over my shoulder, I found the right size to match with that. I think it's the medium size Cubie. There's one that's just handheld, that's really small, that can't go over the shoulder. So this is a size up, and this is like the black and white Cubie that I saw, and I just had to get it. I wore it once since I've gotten it, and someone actually stopped me on the road and was like, oh my god, I love your bag. I'm like, thank you. So finding a vintage Coach, there are other colors, and I made sure to go for the smaller print. I forgot what this print is called. Is it the original something? I forget, but the smaller print is more like that Loewe print. So I went more for the smaller print than the larger, because they have a few other prints. But if you're just looking for the shape, then I think you can go ahead and get the larger CC prints. But I went for the vintage print, and that's what gives it that closer look to that black and white Cubie that I saw. So you can absolutely, there are so many design like vintage 90s bags that had that similar shape. So instead of, I think it's $1,000 or something for the Cubie, you can definitely probably thrift that. And just to finish up our basket bags, there is the Marni tote bag. Now they have them in like a nice tan, they have them in like a black, they have them in like a different, like a greeny color, and absolutely, I think you could definitely find those thrifting. Now, it's not, for this, it's not going to be an exact dupe because of how, that nice band going across the top of it that makes it look so sleek. But looking at the keyhole design, you can definitely find different bag versions with that same keyhole design, and it would, almost work as a dupe for those Marni bags, those Marni raffia style bags. I have something similar. Again, while I was doing the research for this video, I'm like, oh, but look at me. This is a perfect dupe for that Marni bag. So that tan one, even though it doesn't have the straight line across here, it does have that keyhole design. It does have that nice neutral tone as the beige Marni. So, you know, I'll carry this and, you know, pay homage to that Marni tote. So if you're looking for that Marni design, okay, it's not an exact dupe, but if you want to kind of go with that keyhole design kind of trend for a little bit of a difference in your straw bags, then you could probably thrift that. So to take a break from bags, I have a few other designer bags that I wanted to show you dupes for. Summer bags, but I'm gonna take a break from bags and talk about striped shirts. Now, I am no stranger to striped shirts. I think I have a bit of a problem right now. Let me see. I have this is like a vintage 70s striped shirt. I have this larger green one. I have this smaller striped green one. You know, they're different. You see? It's different, but they're both green striped shirts. I have this little blue striped shirt, like a deeper blue. I have a lighter blue. This is by Brooks Brothers. And then, oh, I'm losing one. And then I have this vintage silk shirt sleeve and this other vintage red, like burnt red kind of color. Now, you can definitely probably thrift that. All you have to do, even if you can't find it in the female section, absolutely venture over to the men's section and you will find striped shirts galore. The twist for this year, well, not necessarily this year, but there are a few designers this year that had like a white collar and white cuffs. Designers like Celine, Raf Simons, Saint Laurent, and I think a few more, Max Mara. Miu Miu did like a Peter Pan collar, but it's still like with a white collar, but most of them have like that statement collar and sleeve. I don't have one of those. The closest thing I have to that design would be this. You can see the white peering out under the collar here, but it's not a solid white color. But on the sleeves here, when I roll this up, then I can get that kind of like white cuff sleeve kind of situation. But I also went online and there are few designers that I'm thinking, you know, who would create something like this. You know, this is a Brooks Brothers, so I know it's already in their DNA to do kind of like a two-toned shirt with like white at the collar and at the sleeve. I don't know if they did full white at the cuffs and at the sleeves, but they're a brand I'd look out for, and I saw a few of them online, so I know that in the men's section is something that is done quite a bit, maybe not in the women's, even though we have this one here, but possibly in the men. And I saw quite a few. I even saw like vintage Dior that had like a white color. It didn't have the matching white cuffs, but I think even just playing around with the white color would be such a fun way to play around with this trend. So that is something that absolutely you could probably thrift that. The next item are suits. Now you can definitely absolutely find suits thrifting. This year there's a lot of trends in terms of the bold color design. I wasn't able to find a lot in bold colors in my size. I did find like a powder blue, which was perfect, and I think you can definitely find a lot of suits, especially if you're able to shop in the men's section, then you'll have a lot more luck. One of the most popular trending suits that I was hearing a lot about was the Frankie Shop 3-piece suit. I was fortunate enough, and I'm sure if you've been watching my channel, you're sick and tired of me talking about this 3-piece suit, but this is such a Frankie Shop dupe suit, and this is definitely something I found out thrifted. So if I can, I know you can too. So you can just simply look into the men's section for this kind of 3-piece suit. It's a little big because it is from the men's section. And I've just been enjoying wearing my 3-piece suit. So if you're looking for a dupe for these multicolor suits or for this Frankie Shop 3-piece suit, you could probably thrift that. We're transitioning from our three-piece suit to the next trend, which is the vest and pants set. I think moving into the warmer months, the trend now is you're still wearing that tailoring, but now it's too warm for, you know, the full blazer. So now they're just doing vests and matching pants. And that is such a fun look. I could easily take off my coat and wear my vest and pants from my three-piece suit that I already have. Thank you. But you can do it in denim and do, you know, denim and like pants and, you know, just really have fun with it. But I've definitely seen a lot of vests. So if you do have a pants in a specific tone, I love to create my own sets. If you have like a tan, or the easiest thing to pair is like a black. So if you do have like nice black dress pants, all you need to do is look for a nice vest in like a black or black tone, and you have yourself a vest set. Even if you can't find the full set, you will absolutely be able to find vests, because when I've been thrifting, I've seen so many vests out because it just wasn't a thing. So there, right now is a good time to go and find vests to match with a pair of pants that you may have. You'll never believe, you know, if you have like navy, or like I said, if you have something in the tan, those are probably the easiest ones, or white. If you have white pants, you could probably thrift a white vest to get that full full vest set look. So if you're looking to get into that vest and pants set, you could probably thrift that. Another very trending bags, you'll find it a lot of like the French and Scandi influencers or editors will talk about this brand a lot. I'm not sure how popular it is in the US, but I've heard so much about this brand called Dragon Diffusion. But they have many different styles that I'm looking at them and I'm like, I've kind of seen some of this kind of style somewhere on the vintage market. And like, I think last fall, I was hearing so much about Dragon Diffusion. You know, I started looking into it because I'm like, I've seen that shape somewhere. I know I can find that on the vintage market somewhere. And I did. I thought again, who would I be able to find good woven leather bags from? And Fossil came through. So they have that design with that little scoop in the middle of it. And I found this Fossil in this lighter color. You know, their typical key little chain tag here. But it has that same little scoop. It has that woven, genuine leather design. And I just really, really, really love this little tote bag from Fossil. It's giving me all that Dragon Diffusion vibes, and it's such an awesome match. Okay, the Dragon Diffusion is a little wider, but for what I needed, I think this will work and fit exactly what I love. And the sleek design, it actually works really good for my frame. So I am I could not believe when I found this dupe. Now again, Fossil has so many different variations of this because it's in its DNA. It does have like a wider one. I think the weaves on that is a little smaller, but they have it in different colors. I didn't find this in a darker color, but the fact that they did it in this light color is probably out there. So I was so happy to find this because I was seeing last fall, I was seeing, you know, these woven leather pieces everywhere, and I'm like, I'm not spending $350 for it. I'm just gonna see what I can find. And so I did. But in my search, I just so happened to have found another one, which, oh my God. Now this one is so much. They do have a design with this exact thing right here. And this is a design that I've been seeing since I was a child. This kind of weaving with this little whole crisscross type of design, I've been seeing since I was a child. So I knew that I could absolutely find this on the vintage market. This is by Ann Taylor. I do believe this is probably from their 90s collection line. Again, it does have that little scoop. I love that it has this little cutout here. It again has the woven leather. The woven leather goes up on the straps, but again, it fits comfortably on my shoulders, and this is just giving me a darker brown version for when I want to take out a leather tote. And this is another dupe. So this is by Ann Taylor. I wasn't even thinking Ann Taylor for, you know, woven bags, but in my search, I was able to find, in my search for woven leather bags, this popped up, and I'm like, absolutely, I'm grabbing this. They do have a smaller bag with this kind of design on it, so this is such a dupe for that Dragon Diffusion bag. So it is out there if you're looking for a dupe for a woven leather bag. I think, you know, Wilson's and Taylor, Fossil, there's so many. They're on the higher end, which would still be lower than what the actual Dragon Diffusion costs. I think, you know, like Patricia Nash, I've seen a few of their bags come up like woven leather as well, but it's out there. So if you're looking for a dupe for that uber popular Dragon Diffusion bag, you could probably thrift that. Another fun item for summer are caps. And these are either your little baseball caps that you know, on the designer front, you're running at a good $100 for a hat similar to this. This is a nice green and cream with little Rio here. I also got, you know, just a plain black cap that I think I wear almost every day. And I got a raffia cap recently, and I'm sure I put it aside for the video and I can't find it. But if I have a clip, I'll show you. Now, there are sometimes you can find straw hats anywhere, but there's these very like summer vacation-y type hats that you may not be able to find, say, at your local Walgreens or drugstore. There are these like I'm on the Riviera type hats, square straw hats. Now this is 100% straw. This is by August. What's nice with this is it has a little elastic here, so you know it's gonna stay on your head. So this is one of those more, you know, elevated straw hats. That also goes for a pretty penny on the designer side, and you could absolutely find a lot of straw hats out. This is another one of my favorites. This one is by Pandamerica from Fairfield, California. Another one of those little vintage ones. Again, it has the elastic inside, so it's keeping your head nice, the hat nice and secure on your head. You know, another like, oh, I'm, you know, doing French country, I live a life of leisure type hats. So to find these kind of very sturdy, high quality straw hats, there's so many hats out there, you could probably thrift that. So the last two things are things that come back every summer, and the first of which is crochet. Now you're gonna see crochet in hats, you're gonna see it in bags, you're gonna see it in dresses, in swimsuit. I am sure that this is something you could definitely see while you're out thrifting. Earlier this year, I found myself this little crochet top, which I can wear with shorts, I can wear with pants, with a blazer, make it a little more formal, or just, you know, make it as playful as I like. The other thing that I found was this is a crochet bag, and again, because it comes back year after year, I was able to convert this in a little DIY in a previous video, and you know, now I have this cute little crochet bag, and I love how all my bags are going with my outfit today. So I also have this cute little crochet bag, but there's so many crochet out there. So for crochet as a trend, you could probably thrift that. Finally, there is, you know, this elegance of the Hermes scarf. Now, if it's one thing you can see a lot are many different varieties of scarves, what you need to zone in on are those luxury pieces, those silk scarves. Look out for color, look out for design, and just when you're looking at it, it's very, you know, Hermes, it's very Gucci, it's very designer-esque. Three of my most favorite scarves are these. This one. It's just this nice yellow, I don't even know what kind of flower this is, but this is 100% silk. I love wearing this in my hair as a top, and it's just so perfect for spring summer, you know. See, just add a little color with an all blue outfit like this. The other one that I found is this is just like gray with red and black, and this is just a nice long piece of fabric. It is also 100% silk. Was there a label on this one? This is by Sijon. Yeah, Sijon is 100% silk. This one actually has like the label still intact. I think the label fell off this one, but it was there when I got it. Oops. But this again, if I just want something just to like wear as like headband like this, then I can do that. I can also use this as like, if I'm wearing all black, I like to just throw this on as like a little waist belt to break the black up. If I'm wearing a black dress or full suit of pants, I like to wear like a like nice cotton shirt and black pants, and this just around it just, you know, breaks it up a little bit. So as well, you know, this also, you know, when they're doing the twilly situation, this on a black bag, I like to put this on my black Louis Vuitton sometimes to break up the color of that as well. So very versatile. Another 100% silk. And this one I found, I think most recently, is also another one of those longer lined silk scarves. And again, this one is another one that I love to, you know, put around on my head, and it's perfect for the summer. And again, another 100% silk scarf. So even if it's not silk, there are a lot of like designer-esque kind of scarves that you can find at the thrift store. Just look out for, you know, nice print and colors, and you can have so much fun playing around with these scarves, because why not? So if you're looking for dupes for those uber expensive designer scarves, believe me, you could probably thrift that. Guys, this was so much fun. If you have any other like designer items that you're thinking of trying to find a dupe, or you want to play around with the trend some more, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see if I can find some other like dupes or similarities or things that you could definitely thrift. And I could do another video for you if you do like this video. So let me know in the comments if there's any others that you think I missed for this video that I could definitely find at the thrift. Let me know in the comments section as well. So guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the video on Friday at 5. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love for you to join the family. If you did like this video, please give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.